Welcome friends to the new episode of with me Brain Games. So दोस्तों आज हम देखेंगे हाउ टू प्ले सुडोकू. ओके, सो बेसिकली इस वीडियो में फर्स्ट हम जानेंगे कि सुडोकू कैसे खेलते हैं और सुडोकू के रूल्स क्या है. ओके, सो इफ़ यू सी सुडोकू 9 ब्लॉक्स में आता है. सो दिस इज योर ब्लॉक 1, then this is your block 2, this is your block 3, this is your block 4, 5, 6, then 7, 8 and 9. हर एक ब्लॉक में आपको 9 स्क्वायर्स होते हैं. 9 स्क्वायर्स में आपको 1 to 9 नंबर्स फिट करने हैं. ओके, एंड व्हाट आर द रूल्स? ओके, सो लेट्स सी क्या रूल्स है. किसी भी एक ब्लॉक में आप एक नंबर एक ही बार रख सकते हो. लाइक इफ़ यू टेक दिस ब्लॉक, आप इस ब्लॉक में एक वापस नहीं डाल सकते. दैट विल बी एन एरर. ओके, सो अगर आप यहाँ पे 6 डालना चाहोगे, सिस्टम अलो नहीं करे. ओके, सो एक ब्लॉक में आपको सिर्फ एक नंबर एक ही बार आप रख सकते हो. ओके, सिमिलरली अगेन आप देख सकते हो कि हर एक ब्लॉक में देर आर 3 रोज. तो ये जो है दिस इज योर टॉप रो, देन दिस इज योर मिडल रो, और ये जो है ये आपकी बॉटम रो है. सिमिलरली आपके यहाँ पे 3 कॉलम्स भी है. तो फर्स्ट ये आपका लेफ्ट कॉलम है, ये आपका मिडल कॉलम है, और ये आपका राइट कॉलम है. तो हमें द सेकंड रूल ऑफ सुडोकू इज आप एक रो में एक नंबर मल्टीपल टाइम नहीं रख सकते हो. लाइक आई हैव हमारे यहाँ पे इस पर्टिकुलर रो में 3 नंबर है. इफ़ आई अगर मैं यहाँ पे 3 डालने का ट्राई करूँ, आई लॉस द गेम. ओके, बिकॉज मैंने 3 मिस्टेक कर दी. ओके, सो मैं यहाँ 3 नहीं डाल सकता. राइट, देन अगर मैं यहाँ 3 डालूंगा दैट विल बी एन एरर, और यहाँ पे मेरी एक मिस्टेक हो गई. सिमिलरली इन कॉलम्स मैं हर एक कॉलम में सेम नंबर नहीं रख सकता हूँ. जैसे यहाँ पे 3 नंबर है, अगर मैं इफ आई ट्राई टू पुट, ओके लेट अस टेक नंबर number 1. If I take number 1 here, if I write number 1 here, that will be an error. ये आपका एरर होगा एंड आपके मिस्टेक्स में काउंट होगा. सो दिस इज अ गेम ऑफ सुडोकू. अगेन द फर्स्ट रूल इज हर एक ब्लॉक में यू हैव टू पुट 1 to 9 नंबर्स. देन इन ईच रो एंड कॉलम द नंबर शुड अपीयर ओनली वंस. ओके, so friends, let's start our game. So ये जो this level is an easy level. इस लेवल में हम easy मोड पे खेल रहे हैं. Okay, and we will start our game now. So first we will consider our top left block. इस ब्लॉक में मेरे I have 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. So there is a possibility of 2, 4 and 8. Now if I see in the top row 4 present है, so you cannot have 4 here. Similarly if I see in the column, in the middle column 8 is present, so in this particular field and in this particular field you cannot put 8. so ultimately only place remaining is this. so हम यहाँ 8 डालते हैं. okay, now there are 2 more numbers are there, 2 और 4, 2 and 4. again if we see 4 is already present here, so you cannot put 4 here, so it must be 2 and then 4. Hooray! We have completed our block 1. Now let's move to the block 2. But if you see, there are only 3 numbers appeared in block 2. So we will skip block 2, we will go to the block 3. Again, in block 3 also, there are only 3 pieces. So we will skip block 3 and we will go to the block 4. Why we are doing this? Because it will save our time, because block number 4 and block number 6 are quite easy to solve. Okay, so let's come to the block number 4 quickly. Block number 4 if you see, there are 4 empty cells in block number 4. Okay, now let's start. So we have 1, 3, 5, 8, 9. So missing links are 2, 4, 6 and 7. Okay, good. So let's start. Let's see where can we fit 2. Okay, so 2 is here, so we cannot put 2 here. So ideal we can put 2 here, here or here. Okay, there are 3 possibilities. Okay, we will keep it aside. Now then the next missing number is 4. Where can we put 4? Okay, so since 4 is here, we cannot put 4 here or here. Okay, so there are 2 possibilities. 4 will appear here or here. Okay, the next number is 6. Okay, now since 6 is here, you cannot put 6 here or here, right? So ideally 6 can be here or here. And the next number is 7. So 7 is, if you see, 7 is present here, so you cannot put 7 here and here. Similarly 7 is present here, so you cannot put 7 here as well as here. So the only place remaining is this, so you will put 7 here. Oh, great. So again we will go back to check if you can put 2 over there or not. So again there are 2 possibilities. 2 will appear here or here. Okay, the next number is 4. Can we put 4? No, because 4 is present. Since 4 is present here, you can put 4 here or here. Okay, so till now we are not using nodes. If you want, we can use nodes as well. Okay, so this is the feature of nodes, so you can maintain the number over there. Okay, then let's see, the next missing term is 6. So 6 is appearing here, so we cannot put 6 here and here. So the only remaining place is 6 here. Okay, so we will put 6 here. Good. Now again, the balance remaining 2 fields are 2 and 4. But since 4 is here, you cannot put 4 here. So only place remaining is 4 here and 2. Yeah, hooray! You have scored the fourth quadrant. Okay. Now let's go to the block number 6. Again, in block number 6, 3 missing places are there, and the numbers are 1, then 4 and 9. Sorry, 8. Okay, let's see if we can solve this puzzle. Okay, so if we take C1, so since 1 is present here, we cannot put 1 here, but in these 2 places we can put 1. Okay, good. Let's see, the next missing number is 4. Can we put 4 anywhere? Okay, since 4 is present over here, we cannot put 4 here, and since 4 is present here, we cannot put 4 here and here. So only place is this. So the 4 will appear here. Now the next 2 numbers are 1 and 8. Can we put it somewhere? So here or here. So these numbers can be appear in either cell. So let us open the nodes. So either this will be 1 or this will be 1. Similarly, the number 8. So this is for our reference. Chalo. Let's move to the next easy cell. So the next easy cell is your 7th block. Let's see. Okay, so there are 5 missing numbers over there. 1, 2, 6, 8, 9. So start with 1. So since 1 is present here, you cannot put 1 here, here or here. and since 1 is present here over here, so we cannot put 1 here, so only place is this, so this will be your 1. Okay, so now the next is 2. Since 2 is present over here, we cannot put 2 here, and since 2 is present over here, we cannot put 2 here. So there are two possibilities. 2 may appear here or here. Okay, let's make some notes. So 2 may appear here and 2 may appear here. Okay, then the next missing number is 6. Let's see where can we fit the 6 number. Okay, so in the entire column, in the entire right column, we cannot put 6 because 6 is already present here, so 6 cannot be here, here or here. So only remaining place is this, so this will be your number 6. Okay, let's see, can we put number 8 anywhere? Okay, so 8 can be appear. 8, see, now 8 is here and here, that's why 8 can be appearing in any of the cell. So let's go to the 9. So since 9 is present over here, we cannot put 9 here. Since 9 is present over here, we cannot put 9 here. So the only place remaining is this. So this will be 9. So again here 2 and 8. So let us open your notes. You may have 8 here, you may have 8 here. Okay, let's go to the block number 8. Now in the block number 8, there are 4 numbers missing. The numbers are 1, 2, 7 and 8. Let's see where can we find these numbers. So since 1 is present over here, it can't present over here, but there are 3 distinct possibilities जहाँ पे एक हो सकता है. Okay, fine. Let us go to the next number, 2. Since 2 is present over here, we may have 2 here or here. Sorry, we cannot have 2 here and here. Similarly, since 2 is here, you cannot have 2 here. So the only place remaining is this, where you can put 2. So 2 is here. And since 2 is here, you cannot put 2 here. So ultimately you will have 2 here and 8 here. Oh, you have completed 3 blocks. Good, in a good time. Okay, let's go to the, let us continue. So now let us see where can we fit number 7. Okay, so number 7 is present over here, so you cannot put 7 here. Since number 7 is present over here, so you cannot put 7 here or here. So the only remaining place is this, so you can put 7 over here. Now let's see where can we fit 8 anywhere. So there are 2 empty cells, this and this, where you can put 8 and 1 interchangeably. Okay, so let's open your notes. So this is 1 and 8, and here 1 and 8. Okay, so now it is getting interesting. So again, since we have completed the easier part, let's go to the tougher one. Okay, so let's go to the block number 2. Now in block number 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 6 cells are not, there are 6 cells where we have to put the numbers. So since 1 is present over here, you cannot put 1 here, here or here. And since 1 is present over here, so you can put 1 here. So there are 2 empty cells where you can put 1. So 1 and 1. Okay. Then what about 2? So number 2, since 2 is present over here, you cannot put 2 here. Again, since 2 is present over here, you cannot put 2 here, here and here. And since 2 is present over here, you can put 2 here and here. So only place remaining is this, so you have to put 2 here. Okay, now let's go to number 3. Okay, so since 3 is present over here, you cannot have 3 here, and since 3 is present over here, you cannot have 3 here, here and here. So only there are 2 possibilities that in these 2 cells you can have 3. Okay, so we put 3 here and we put 3 here. Okay, now let's check for number 4. Okay, so since you have 4 in this row, you cannot have 4 here. Since 4 is present over here, you cannot have 4 here and here. And since 4 is here, you cannot have 4 here and here. So only place remaining is this, where you can have 4. So let us put 4 here. So since 4 is here, the only remain, so you will have 1 here, and since 1 is here, you will have 3 here. Oh, great. So we are now left with only 2 blank cells, and the numbers are 8 and 9. Okay, so let us put 8 here and here, and similarly. Okay, now see, so we are about to solve the puzzle, because since 9 is here, you cannot have 9 here, so it is only 8 that you have to put here, and then 9 here. Oh, great. And we have completed our 4th block. Now let's move to the block number 3. Okay, so there are only 3 numbers present, 1, 4 and 5. That means 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 are missing. Let us start with 2. Okay, so since number 2 is present over here, you cannot put 2 here. Since number 2 is present over here, you cannot have 2 here. Since 2 is present over here, you cannot have 2 here. And since 2 is present over here, you cannot have 2 here. So the only remaining place is this, where you can put 2. Great. Then let's see where we can put number 3. So since number 3 is present over here, you cannot put 3 here. Since 3 is present over here, you cannot put 3 here and here. And since 3 is present over, you cannot put 3 here. Okay, so the only remaining place is this, where you can put 3. Great. Then let us see where we can put number 6. So since 6 is present over here, you cannot put 6 here. Since 6 is present over here, you cannot put 6 here. And since 6 is present over here, you cannot put 6 here. So the only remaining place is this. So good. Okay, so now number 7, 8 and 9. Okay, so let us check it out. Since 7 is present over here, you cannot put 7 here. Since 7 is present over here, you cannot put 7 here. So only place remaining is this, where you can put 7. Easy. Again, now there are only 2 cells, 8 and 9. Now if you see here, since 8 is present over here, you cannot put 8 here. So obviously it will be number 9, and this will be number 8. Oh, great. We have finished one more block. Now let us come to block number 5. Now there are only 3 numbers in block number 5. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let us start with number 1. So since number 1 is present over here, you cannot have 1 here, here and here, right? And since number 1 is here, you cannot have number 1 here. So there are only 2 possibilities where we can have number 1. Okay, let us write it. So number 1 is here and number 1 is here. Okay, let us check number 5. Okay, since 5 is present over here, you cannot have 5 here and here. Since 5 is present over here, you cannot have 5 here and here. And since 5 is present over here, you cannot have 5 here. So only place remaining is this, where you can put number 5. Okay, let's go to number 6. Okay, so since 6 is present over here, you cannot have 6 here and here. And since 6 is present over here, you cannot have 6 here and here. So only remaining place is this, where you can put number 6. Okay, let's see number 7 now. Since 7 is present over here, you cannot have 7 here and here. And since 7 is present over here, you cannot have 7 here. Okay, so the only remaining place is this, where you can put number 7. Okay, now what about number 8? Now again, if you see, number 8 is present over here, so you cannot have number 8 here. So either number 8 will appear here or number 8 will appear here. Okay, and what about number 9? Since 9 is present over here, you cannot have 9 here. Since 9 is present over here, you cannot have 9 here. So the only remaining place is this, where you can put number 9, and so this is number 9. And since this cell is occupied, we will have number 8 over here and number 1 over here. And since, okay, so we have completed one more block. Now let's go to the block number 6. It is fairly easy now. We have to check number 1 and number 8, and ultimately these are the numbers. Number 1 is here and number 8 is here. Okay, let's go to the cell number, block number 8. Now in block number 8, again the equations are pretty simple. We have to put number 1 and number 8, and they are appearing over here. Okay, and the final one is, now the 9th block is here, where we have to put 6 different numbers. Okay, let us start with number 1. Okay, so since number 1 is here, you cannot have number 1 here. Since number 1 is here, you cannot have number in these 3 cells. And since number 1 is here, you cannot have number 1 here. So the only place is this, where we can have number 1. So this is number 1. Number 2 is already here. Okay, so number 3. Since 3 is here, you cannot have 3 here and here. Since 3 is here, you cannot have 3 here. And since 3 is here, you cannot have 3 here. So the only remaining place is this, where you can have number 3. 4 is already present. Let's check for number 5. Since 5 is present over here, you cannot have 5 here. Since 5 is present over here, you cannot have 5 here. So the only remaining place is this, where you can put number 5. Okay, let's check for the number 6. Since 6 is here, you cannot have 6 here. Since 6 is here, you cannot have 6 here. So only remaining place is this, where you can put number 6. Now 7, since 7 is here, you cannot have number 7 here. So number 7 must be here, and the final one is this. And you have completed your game of Sudoku. So दोस्तों, होप यू लाइक दिस वीडियो, और अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छा लगा तो अच्छे कमेंट्स कीजिए और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब जरूर कीजिए, बिकॉज वी विल बी कमिंग अप विद द सम मैथ्स रिडल्स इन आवर नेक्स्ट एपिसोड. टिल देन, goodbye and have a nice day. Thank you.